Hello students, I welcome you all in an online lecture once again. Today is lecture number 5. I hope you all are doing great. You would be enjoying quality time at home. You would be doing your work on time, helping your parents as well. I'm sure you must be helping your parents. And that's it. So today is lecture number 5. As I've told you earlier, let's get started. Okay students, these are the learning outcomes of today's lecture. First of all, as you all know, that we would discuss the previous RA, that is on page number 10 and 11 of your workbook. Then we would be doing the reading and explanation of the red rubber ball with the comprehension exercise as well. And then we would be doing verb phrases with get. Okay, so there are some words using get. So what are the meanings of those words, how we would use those words in the form of sentences. We would discuss all that. And the reference pages for these explanations are on page number 18, 19, 20 and 23 of your student book. Okay students, come to page number 10 and 11 of your workbook. As this was your RA, I just need to discuss with you the RA first to make sure that either you have done it correctly or not. So the first one is a downward direction, that is tag. Second one is in the across direction and it's stream. Third one is again in the across direction, it's cliff. Fourth one is in the across direction, it's plain. Fifth one, downward direction, it's lake. Sixth one, across direction, it's bounce. And that's it. Okay, come to B part now. Circle the correct word. When you play jacks, you dash the ball. Look at the picture. You drop the ball. Number 2, when you play soccer, you bounce the ball or you kick the ball to make a goal. You kick the ball. Okay, come to page number 11 of your workbook now. Look and label. Number 1 was canyon, number 2 cliff, number 3 lake, number 4 stream, and number 5 play. And the D part is look and write. Kick, drops, bounce and skip. Number 1 is already done, it's bounce. Number 2, he is a good player, but sometimes he drops the ball. Number 3, look at the picture. He loves to walk and kick a ball at the same time. Number 4, the two friends learned to skip when they were little. Okay students, come to page number 18 of your student book, and the topic is the red rubber ball. Right, so as I gave you this topic for a reading in my previous lecture as well, and I'm sure you read this topic as well, so this time I would just discuss this topic in detail. I would explain you this topic. I would not go through with the reading again, and you just need to make sure that what's the main idea in the story. This is what we will discuss, and there are some words in context which we have to discuss in this story, right? So the story starts with the boy named Carlos, and he has a red rubber ball, and as you can see, the ball is made of rubber. It bounces when he kicks the ball, it bounces and flies high up in the sky, and like a shooting star. So as you can see in the next picture, you would see that there are some girls who are playing some game, and this game is called Daga. So what this game is all about, like one girl pretends to be a boa constrictor, and she pretends to be a boa constrictor, and she starts tagging the other ones who are the victims. So once you tag somebody else, then that girl would be the boa constrictor and the other girl would be the victim again. So that's what game is about. So while they were playing this Daga game, um, the ball fell on them. So it's fun to catch them, and Ashanti is tagging friends when something red drops out of the sky into the circle. So she was amazed, where did this come from? And she said there's no ball in this Daga game. So Ashanti starts laughing, and she bounces the ball as hard as she can do, and it flies high and fast across the sky, and it flies over the forest, cliffs, and a big blue ocean. So then what happens in the next? This ball falls on two boys, and these boys were playing the game Omok, right? It's kind of a checker game, right? And this game is very difficult. It's not an easy game, or I would say that winning is not easy in this game as compared to the other games. So Heo was actually finding the perfect place to put his stone when something red balls throws, and rolls onto the middle of the game, and he says, "What's this? You don't need a ball to play Omok." So what he did, he smiles and he throws the ball high up in the sky over the plains and seas. So next you can see the picture of Fernandez family, and this family is playing the La Tuncana, right? So again, when the ball threw on these two boys and girl, then they said, uh, we didn't have a ball in this game. So what they did, everyone laughs, and Maria tosses the ball in the air, and Matthias kicks it up in the sky, and the whole family watches the ball goes up and up until they can't see it anymore. That was so amazing. So that ball was high up in the sky, and the ball flies over the lakes, canyons, and streams. And again, Carlos holds out his arms and catches his red rubber ball. It gets right back to Carlos again. So he's the only boy playing on Antuco Mountain today, but he's not sad. Because why isn't sad? Because he knows that Carlos has friends all over the world. Okay, students, come to page number 20 of your student book, and write down classwork day and date on that page. A part is match each game rule to a game. So you need to match the game rule to a game. Number 1, each player tries to line up 5 stones. It would match with Omok. Number 2, one player has to jump over a stone. Which game is it? La Tuncana. And third one is the player in the middle is a snake. Which game is it? Where one pretends to be a boa constrictor. Yes, Daga. Number B is, what is the main idea of the red rubber ball? You need to check that one. How to play Daga. Carlos kicks the ball high in the sky. Or kids all over the world like to play games. Which one is the correct one? What do you think? What's the main idea in the story? Because if you check how to play Daga, that means you are specifically talking about the game Daga. You're not taking the central idea, right? And if you say Carlos kicks the ball high in the sky, that doesn't mean, and that doesn't show that it's the main idea. But when you say that kids all over the world like to play games, so you have seen and you have read this one in the story as well, like everybody like to play some game. So this is the main idea, which is the correct one. Kids all over the world like to play games. C part is words in context. Write the correct answer. A boa constrictor is a dash. Person, snake, or bird. Yes, boa constrictor is a snake. So the exact meaning of boa constrictor is, it's a large snake that kills animals by squeezing them, right? When you toss a ball, you dash it. What do? You roll it, you hold it, or you throw it. Yes, when we toss a ball, we throw it very gently. After you jump up, you must land on dash, on the water, on the ground, or the ball. Yes, on the ground. So if you see the exact meaning of the word landing, so as you might have seen so many times that if a plane is landing, it actually comes down to the ground from the air. So landing means when something is coming down from the air to the ground. Number 4 is when you keep your balance, you usually dash, stand straight, fall down, or lie down. Which one is the correct one? What do you say? Yes, stand straight. So if I tell you the exact meaning of balance, so balance basically means to keep steady and not fall over. That means you keep your balance up. And this is what it means here, that you stand straight when you keep yourself balanced, if you can keep your body balanced. Okay, students, come to page number 23 of your student book and write classwork day and date at the top of the page. And the topic is verb phrases with get. First of all, we need to understand what is called verb phrases or what is called phrasal verb. So phrases is a verb with another word or words indicating tense, mood, or a person. So that is called phrasal verb. So we usually use a verb after get to make a verb phrase. As you can see in the example below here, it's fun for children to get together and play games. So which phrasal verb they use with the word get? Get together. This is the phrasal verb here. Okay, below are some of the verb phrases given with the word get along, get by, get over, get away, get around, and get down. First of all, we should know the meanings of these words, what these words mean. So the first word is get along. So get along is basically a phrasal verb, and it means if you get along with someone, you are friendly with each other, that means get along. And if I say the example, so I would say I get along with all my friends. Second word is get by. Get by is again a phrasal verb, and it means to have just enough of something so that you can do what you have to do. Right? So if I would use this get by word in a sentence, I would say my dad gets by with just 5 hours of sleep every night. That means that 5 hours sleep is enough for him, and he knows what he has to do now and he can do it. Number third is get over. So the word get over means it's basically a phrasal verb, and it means to become well or happy again after you have been sick or sad. So you get over something, right? So I would make a sentence: when I catch a cold, I usually get over it in a day or two. Next word is get away. Get away is again a phrasal verb, and it means to escape from a person or a place. When you escape from a person or a place, that means you get away from something, right? So I would make a sentence: be careful, don't let him get away. Next word is get around. Get around is again a phrasal verb, and it means to move from place to place. When you move from place to place, that means you get around. So My aunt doesn't have a car, so she gets around by bicycle. Last one is get down. So get down is again a phrasal verb, and it means to move your body to a lower position, right? So my little brother climbed on the fence in our yard, so I told him to get down. I'm sure you have understood about the meanings of these words and how to use these words in the form of sentences. Okay, students, the home task for today is you have to do page number 12 and 13 of your workbook, right? And the topic is playing footbag for fun. It's a very interesting story. You need to read the story at least twice, so then you would be able to solve the questions related to the story, right? The comprehension related to the story. So the C part is basically words and context, and you've already done this one. It's very easy for you. And A and B is the question form. So for these questions you have to read the story at least twice. Then I'm sure you won't find it difficult for yourself to write down the answers of these questions. That's all for today, and thank you so much, and see you next time in an online lecture. Bye bye, take care.